into Financial Focus, brought to you by the best of the best in financial services, 9 straight years and running by the readers of the Lake City Reporter, serving North Central Florida savers and investors in formulating the plans to achieve your financial and retirement goals, ladies and gentlemen. John Kuykendall, founder, CEO of GulfCoast Financial Services, here with us as always, providing the valuable insight and guidance on planning and investment and financial matters. And John, always appreciate the time today talking about one of our favorite topics and maybe the most important topic for a confident retirement. And that is the reliability, the sustainability, the planning for generating income.
Yeah, yes, Peter, that's right. Right now, especially with the market being so volatile and us seeing the days where it's going up and down, if you're relying on an asset allocation plan, then you're fairly nervous if you're retired because, when we retire, we're paying ourselves. And so, we have an income plan during our employment years because we get a paycheck every 2 weeks, every week, every month. And
we set the alarm for it.
yeah, it's great. I mean, the paycheck comes in, we spend it, we're happy, everything's fine. We have a budget, and so we live on that paycheck. But in retirement, it's totally different because we have to pay ourselves. And I think that the market right now, the situation that's going on in the world, shows that there are a lot of inconsistencies and things that can derail just strictly an asset allocation plan, living on that growth bucket and saying that the market's going to go up continuously.
Sure. And the volatility, John, this is nothing new. I mean, heck, in the last quarter century, we've seen 2000, 2001, 2002, the dot-com bubble, the Great Recession. I think there was a momentary downturn, pretty significant in 2018 as they tried to raise interest rates, and COVID, and then 2022, one of the historically worst years on record for asset allocation. So looking out into the future, we don't expect that there won't be market volatility. In fact, we better expect that there will be market volatility. And do we think that the outlook for the market looks rosier than it's been over the last quarter century in the time ahead during our retirement lifespan? We've got to account for income regardless of those market conditions and fluctuations.
That's right. If we're going to live the kind of retirement we want to live, we have to have predictable, sustainable income to make up for the majority of our needs during retirement. And then we have a growth bucket, which is our asset allocation bucket, which will grow our portfolio and give us that extra money to take care of inflation, take care of the unknown things that we don't see now. Otherwise, Peter, we're going to be living in fear that we're going to run out of money. And, it's just not a great way to have a retirement. I know a majority of seniors right now are concerned that they're going to run out of money. And the number one fear is, I don't want to go live with my kids. And trust me, the kids don't want you.
Indeed. John, where there's income, there's also taxes, right? These two things go hand in hand, and we know that tax filing season is a busy time there. The sister companies, GulfCoast Financial Services and GulfCoast Tax Advantage, you help clients understand not only filing for last year, but proactive strategies to save on taxes in the years ahead. But won't those proactive tax management strategies also allow us to essentially have higher income when we get to keep more of our money?
Well, that's right, Peter. I mean, what you want to do is you want to retain more of your money. It's just like after age 70, being able to contribute charitable donations out of your 401ks and IRAs and not have that money count as tax. It doesn't count as income. So there are a lot of strategies, the Roth conversion strategy, which is very popular right now, a lot of strategies that we can use to keep more money in our pockets and be able to use pre-tax dollars that we thought we were going to have to pay taxes on for our charitable contributions and our philanthropy. It just makes a big difference in how we structure our retirement and how we structure the money that we're getting. Paying taxes is not going away. and it's going to get worse. And so, we're already gearing up to have lunch and learns and to have meetings with clients on what we can find out as we find it out on what the new tax laws are going to be in 2026, because we want to be able to be proactive. And if you did your taxes, and even if you filed an extension, which a lot of people did this year, we need to sit down with you and work through a tax plan that will help you keep more income. The one thing I saw this year was people are paying more income tax this year than they paid last year, and we need to help you get through that. The money you keep in your pocket is what you're living on, and that's important.
Yeah. Well, why we need an income allocation plan, a specific written retirement income plan, John, is because markets fluctuate. Generally, my bills don't. Account balances can and do end up falling over time as we withdraw and spend from them. Asset allocation has proven to fail. Cost of living actually goes up over time. The Wall Street 4% rule, they dubbed it. It was really a theory that has proven to fail. Income allocation actually provides a great deal of leverage for income generation. Now, with all of those reasons why it is important, why people should design the plan, how does that process work? How do you go about doing it? The secret formula and the math behind creating an income allocation plan.
Well, what we want to look at, Peter, is we know that we're going to have a certain amount of predictable income coming in every month. And so that's either Social Security, pensions, annuities that you have that are paying out monthly income. So we know how much we've got coming in monthly. Then we want to take a look at our bills, as you said, that we know are coming in every month: electricity, gas, the rent, the mortgage, whatever those are. We want to look at all those bills that you have every month, and then take the insurance and other stuff that you pay by the year, prorate that by 12, and come up with a total monthly expense. Now, when I subtract monthly expense from guaranteed monthly income, I get a number. And the less that number is, the more predictable my plan is going to be. So our job is to figure out a way to give you more predictable, sustainable income that you can't outlive, and then use the money that we have left over for the growth bucket to take care of inflation. And so that's kind of the way the plan works. We like to say, and my son Brent tells me all the time, it's a living organism. You want to, as things change, as you have more kids, as life events, you sell a home, you buy another home, you want to add those things to the plan so that we can keep the plan current up until you retire. And then after you retire, we still need to work on that plan to make sure that we're going to be having enough money to live. As you said, the 4% rule doesn't work because inflation's almost 4%. So, I can't keep ahead of inflation if I'm taking 4% out of my portfolio.
And spending changes over the course of retirement, right, John? I mean, we have life conditions that will change and evolve over time. The market certainly is going to change and evolve both over time and sometimes very rapidly, but those conditions change, spending changes, and that's why this is not just a one-time thing, but this is an ongoing process, and why I think it's so important to have a resource such as you and the team from GulfCoast Financial Services that help design and implement and then continue to monitor and update the income plan.
Well, Peter, we have so many things that are going to be changing over the next 5, 10 years that we have to keep on top of it. Social Security's got to be restructured. Medicare's got to be restructured. We get new tax laws January 26th. All those things affect seniors, affect retirees, and affect people getting ready to retire. And the key point, Peter, is if the market's down 10, 20, 15%, I can't afford to be pulling a lot of money out of that in order to live, or to put a new roof on, or to buy a new car. It puts too much stress on my asset allocation, on my investments. I need to have that in my plan, so I know how I'm going to pay for those things, no matter what the market does.
Yeah, well, we know that people are very excited about retirement, rightfully, justifiably so. Excited to get into that time and that phase of life where we can hopefully enjoy more of our time, stop trading our time for the paycheck. But when you mention all of the things that come along with that, the longevity, multiplying the risk of taxation, market fluctuation, legislative changes, inflation, healthcare expenses, John, there's a lot to be nervous about that goes along with the excitement of an anticipation for retirement.
Well, that's right, Peter. That's why when we do the plan, we look at Social Security, Medicare, we look at long-term care planning, we look at taxes, we look at investments. It's not just an investment plan, it's an income plan. So we're going to take everything in a holistic approach, everything that we can think of that's going to affect you during retirement, and we're going to tweak those the best we can to make sure that you have the retirement you deserve.
Well, John, all of those factors that you're taking into account as far as the risks, the hurdles, the blind spots, those issues that we need to address, what are some of the opportunities to generate the income, to fill the needs of the income plan, to generate the income for our livable, spendable wages in retirement? What are some of the tools at work there that make up the mix?
Well, certainly, Peter, we want to have a well-diverse allocation plan that takes into consideration risk and your risk. Then you have annuities, life insurance, long-term care. There are annuities that have long-term care. There are life insurance policies that have critical illness riders so that we can take the policy and use it for long-term care. There are a lot of different things that are in our plan and in the approach that we can use. We just have to take advantage of those Roth conversions, all those things.
Social Security and pensions also obviously a part of that, and then the rest of whatever we need. John, you went through the math earlier, but that's going to be the responsibility of our personal savings and our investment and retirement portfolio. We've got to figure out the most efficient way to generate that income.
That's right, Peter. With the market being so volatile, and it's going to remain volatile, as you said, everything affects the market. We have instant news. We have instant, stock prices now. The market starts down. People get nervous. They sell. Then they buy back. I mean, there's a reason the average investor doesn't make that much money in the stock market. It's because they don't understand. They try to time the market. We can't time the market. But what we have to do is make sure that we have enough income coming in every month to meet our bills and to meet the things we want to do. We may have to put off that trip to Holland to see the tulips, but that's just part of it. We'll still have enough money to pay our bills and keep ourselves afloat without having to go back to work. A lot of people now are considering working longer as part of their retirement plan, because they're going to put off retiring so that they can build up their reserves. Maybe that may not be necessarily the case if you had an income plan.
Well, so much of our financial well-being and confidence in that financial well-being involves the predictability, the durability, dependability of income. And yet, for many of us, we leave that predictability and dependability to forces that are outside of our control if we don't have the specifically written, financially focused, written retirement income plan, which is why John Kuykendall, the team there at GulfCoast Financial Services, offer to put this together for you, ladies and gentlemen, as they have done for so many proactive planners across North Central Florida, but so many more need to take advantage of this offer and opportunity. No cost, no obligation. You are welcome to share as much or as little information as you feel comfortable, but of course, the better information they are provided, the better plan they can put together for you, more dependable that will be. But take up the offer and the opportunity for that complimentary review and to get your plan, at least the initial outlines of a plan designed and put together with John Kuykendall and the team there at GulfCoast Financial Services. Give a call, 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018, or you can visit online, GulfCoastFinancial.net, GulfCoastFinancial.net. And John, as always, for folks that call in or respond from the program or visit online or even just stop in to the beautiful office there, you've got copies of your book, Quitting is for Winners, but Retirement's Not for Wimps.
That's right, Peter. It's not. I tell you what, it's not easy getting old. and the rules and the laws change all the time, and we have to stay up on them. And so it's a good, I want to say a good instructional manual on some of the things that we found that people need to be aware of in retirement, because it's really not for wimps. You got to be tough to retire. And, why would you want to retire or think about retiring without a roadmap? And you have to have a financial retirement roadmap in order to get to where you're going. And that is, I'm going to live my life to the best I can until I die. And I may not have a lot of money left over, but I'm not going to run out of money.
Now, if you'd like that blueprint, that roadmap to retirement confidence, pick up the phone, give a call. That is the financially focused written retirement income plan available there at Gulf Coast Financial Services. And online, you can start the conversation at gulfcoastfinancialservices.net or give a call 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. John, always appreciate the time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Peter. It's great being here. I hope everybody has a great week, and thank goodness taxes are over. Hey, if you'd like a copy of our new book, Quitting is for Winners, but Retirement's Not for Wimps, I encourage you to click the link below and get your copy today. Hey, we like it when you listen to the show, but we like it better when you like, share, subscribe, or feel free to leave a comment.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more financial focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature and not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes. John Kuykendall is registered with and securities are offered through Kovac Securities, Inc., member FINRA SIPC, found online at www.kovacsecurities.com. Advisory services are offered through Gulf Coast Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor in Florida. Gulf Coast Financial Services, Inc. is not affiliated with Kovac Securities, Inc. or Kovac Advisors, Inc. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All investing involves risk. Investment decisions should be based on your own goals, time horizon, and tolerance for risk. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions and/or applicable laws, the content may no longer be reflective of current opinions or positions.